Hey, what's up, guys? This is In Naturality, my first ever YouTube video, I guess, on this account. It's actually not my very first YouTube video. I think when I was younger, around middle school, I think that made me around 12, 13 years old. Pretty sure before I even was a teenager, I had a YouTube channel and I would upload videos taken from my flip phone, but um, that's not the channel I'm using right now anymore. Um, and starting anew, I guess, many years later, 30 years old right now. Um, and yeah, just want to start my YouTube channel. I feel like I've been yearning to do something like this for a long time. Just put myself out there in the void and, you know, a message in a bottle thrown into space, and we'll see who hears it. But always happy to respond back to any replies to that message in a bottle. Um, I have a lot of ideas, but I think just taking this first step and doing this is the biggest move for me. And putting something really simple in the background, some basic aim training footage, because I'm a big gamer. I've been gaming my whole life, probably even before I uploaded that first video from my flip phone on YouTube. And I love video games. I play them every day, just about. Um, and it's only been recently that I'm just like, you know what? I should practice this. I think that's one thing I've missed out growing up. One thing I would change. Um, Practice things. So yeah, back to my channel, In Naturality. Hopefully the name makes sense. I think it's gonna stay, but definitely might change it if there's a different name that's suitable for it. But the idea of this channel and the name, and it's basically kind of how I take my day to day in life, is form and naturality. Just do what's natural for yourself. Don't force things. Uh, you know, Whenever I have friends uh, ask me for advice, I feel like the thing I always come back to saying is, if you're gonna make any changes, you want to make changes that are here to stay. And I guess the easiest way to do that is to just make additions instead of subtractions. Uh, you know, Add to your life, add good things to your life, and you know, if with the intention of those changes sticking in, there's a potential that they replace some of your bad habits. Uh, so yeah, like form a naturality. Do what's natural for you. Stay happy. Um, don't force yourself to do things because yeah, you can do it for a while, but if you're forcing yourself and you end up resenting those changes, they're never gonna stick. And you know, that goes for this YouTube channel for me. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna upload every day. I think I have a job, and you know, this being my first YouTube video, this was actually an experience to even get to this point. Figuring out what programs to use and then how to video edit, all these things. That's why the video editing's probably not perfect. Um, so sorry about that. I'm hoping to get better with it over time. I'm sure I will. Practice, 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 right? That's how we get good things, and the best way to sticking to practice is, back to the idea, form in naturality. Don't force yourself to do things. Um, so yeah, I mean, first video, super excited. Um, I don't think I'm hoping the quality of my videos improves over time. I don't think it's perfect, and the formats of things may change, but um, my initial plan is to just upload when I can. I'm definitely going to set a goal for myself. I'm hoping to do one upload a week. It's probably going to be over some aim training footage that you see here. And occasionally, maybe if I can upload more than once a week, I'll try to add variety. Maybe a game that I'm playing, um, things like that. But, you know, I'm on the computer. I mean, I don't work on the computer, but when I come home from work, uh, this is this is what I do. This is how I chill out and decompress, play games, hang out in Discord with the boys. And again, like I just want to get better at FPS shooter games. That's why I'm obviously aim training and practice this for once in my life. And you're pretty much seeing the beginning of my aim training career. I would say this is not my first time doing these scenarios, but I've been aim training for about 2-3 months, I think. So this is Kovacs, and I think I have around 80 hours into Kovacs already. And I've definitely improved in those 80 hours, but I'm sure there's much. I'm nowhere near as good as some of these top aimers. I don't think I'll probably be. I mean, we'll see. If I can do this for thousands of hours, I'm sure I'll get to be pretty damn good. But I would say right now I'm probably in the middle of the road. So I do the voltaic benchmarks, and right now I'm platinum ranked, almost platinum complete. I think I have 4 scenarios that I need to work on. Basically, I guess at this point they're my weak points. It's going to be reactive tracking and static clicking. And I always knew I wasn't too great at static clicking from the beginning, but this pretty much confirms it after 80 hours, and that's one of my lowest scoring categories. So hopefully you guys will watch me improve on that. In this footage, I pretty much started out with a warm-up, and it was a tracking warm-up just to move the mouse around, and now this is the clicking one training regimen that Voltaic has. You can download it from their website if you need help getting there or knowing more about aim training. Just leave a comment. Happy to answer you. So you'll just see me do the scenarios that leads up to the first benchmark test. And, I thought maybe I would, per upload show you how I warm up. And then as you can see on that right side, some scenarios. And then you'll see I'll stop after the first benchmark test. And I figured I'll show you every single day of training, but I think I would just have like a backlog of videos if I did that, because I at this point I'm only planning on uploading once a week, and I'll have a ton of videos that piles upon itself if I just do that. So maybe if I'm uploading once a week, I will show you the highlights of 1 week's worth of training. And the way Voltaic has their benchmark routine playlists, and how much time I can dedicate to aim training every day is, I can do like the 10-15 minute warm up, and then the scenarios that leads up to one of the benchmark tests. And that's pretty much how I call a day of aim training. Any more than that, I start to lose focus and don't want to aim train anymore. So I think what I'll do is, and then, you know, as far as aim training goes, there's clicking, target switching, and tracking. And it takes me, with my regimen, 1 week to get through one of those categories. So 1 week to get through all of the clicking benchmarks, for example. So instead of maybe showing you every day's worth of training, I will actually instead show you a week's worth of training, and that would be all of the clicking benchmarks and things like that. And I can show you, some footage of how I improve. You can see it with my scores, my score history. And if there's one area that I don't really improve on, I won't include it in that week's recording. And then hopefully keep the videos to 20-minute max. And I think that's how I'm going to start it out. And I'm sure it'll evolve, as I get better at this. And yeah, so, and I can do a voiceover, and I plan to just talk about anything in the voiceover, you know. Uh, I do a lot of things. I think happiness is a big thing in living a full life, and just doing what makes you happy. And I would say I could have made these better habits earlier, and I'm just hoping to share it and uh, use this as a medium to not only share it but also for myself. Just see how I change over time, kind of like an audio form of a diary, or a journal rather. Could be a diary, but I would say a journal. That's something I actually picked up recently, journaling, and I can talk about that. Would love to. I think it's something everyone should do, and um, it's just so helpful to materialize your thoughts. And then, as far as this goes, I think this is a great way of repeating those thoughts and materializing them again. I'm sure when we think something out, it's different when we get to writing it out, and then it changes even again when we say it out loud, right? So, not all thoughts are true, and not all thoughts on papers are true either. I would say it could always feel weird when it comes out loud. So yeah, again, some static, not static, but some clicking scenarios. I really want to improve on clicking. The games I play right now, I guess my main game is the finals. I love that game, and that's a lot of tracking. I think I've improved a lot with tracking ever since aim training, but Counter Strike is also one of those games that I love and come back to from time to time, and that's really clicking as well. So trying to improve the clicking, just be an all around great gamer. Um, you know, Aim trainers are a great way to improve. I think you don't click nearly as much, or your aim is not tested nearly as much as when you play games, and I can also share my epiphanies while aim training. When you practice things, and it goes for aim training as well. You realize things and you internalize them. I guess that's part of the learning process, and um, I'm sure repeating them out loud is going to be helpful to you and me. So, yeah, again, this is like, I guess, the idea of the channel, just sharing what works for me. And then you guys can criticize me, whatever. I'm always open for improvements. I don't think I'm always right and I do things correctly, and I think there's always a better way. And I'm always happy to hear that. Yeah, so if there's anyone who's way better than me at aiming, tell me how to improve. I'm all ears. I will try it out. Try to keep keep the voiceovers on the videos to being natural too. Do them in one take, unless I truly mess up and I have to cut things out. But I think I'll try my best not to do that. Um, so yeah, hopefully the next video is not going to be um, as poorly edited. I'm using DaVinci Resolve to edit the videos, and I'm using OBS to record the footage. And you know, this is not what I went to school for. This is completely a hobby. Learning it on the fly. But even if you go to school for something, you have to learn it on the fly eventually too. Always gotta learn. And I can share what my profession is later on. Um, Spoiler, I'm a dentist. Graduated in 2023. Um, I did a year residency in general practice, and now I'm just working as a full-time dentist. And yeah, I can tell you that I'm not the same dentist I was when I first graduated dental school. So learning is something I'm used to, and something I love too. I love to learn. If you're not learning, what are you doing? Gotta stay interested. So yeah, welcome to the channel, everybody. I'll probably end the voiceover here, and I'll see you soon.